What if every animal on Earth disappeared tomorrow? No dogs, no cats, no birds, nothing. You might think life would just get quieter. But the truth? Humans would be gone in less than a year. Let me show you why. Imagine waking up one morning. Something feels wrong. There are no birds singing, no insects buzzing, no dogs barking. Every single animal is just gone. At first you might feel relieved. No more mosquito bites. No more animal attacks. Sounds peaceful, right? Wrong. Within 24 hours, you'd start noticing big problems. Within 3 months, most people would be dead. And the survivors? They'd be living a nightmare. Let me walk you through what happens step by step. You walk into your favorite grocery store, but something feels wrong. The shelves are empty. Not just low on stock, completely empty. In just the first week after all animals vanish, the food crisis begins. And it happens faster than you think. Let me explain why. You see, bees and other insects are animals too. And bees do something magical, they pollinate flowers. That means they help plants create fruits and vegetables. Without bees flying from flower to flower, plants can't reproduce. So what disappears? Apples, oranges, tomatoes, strawberries, watermelons, cucumbers. Basically, almost every fruit and vegetable you love, gone. But that's not all. All farm animals vanish too, remember? That means no more chickens for meat or eggs. No cows for beef or milk. No pigs for bacon. No fish from the ocean. No cheese on your pizza. No butter on your bread. Think about your breakfast this morning. Milk in your cereal? Gone. Honey on your toast? Gone because bees made that too. Scientists say that about 75% of the world's food crops need animal pollinators. In 1 week, half of all food in the world just disappears. Imagine opening your fridge and seeing it half empty, knowing it will never be full again. By week 2, the panic is real. People rush to stores trying to grab whatever's left. Rice, wheat, corn, potatoes. These are plants that don't need bees to pollinate. The wind does it for them. But guess what? There's not enough for everyone. When billions of people try to survive on just a few types of food, it runs out fast. Prices explode. A bag of rice that cost you 100 rupees now costs 5,000 rupees. Many families can't afford it. They go hungry. Parents are desperate. Kids are crying. Everyone is asking the same question. What do we eat tomorrow? Governments try to help by rationing food, giving each family only a small amount. But even that won't last long. After 1 month, something strange happens outside. Plants start growing wild, spreading everywhere like they've gone crazy. Without animals eating them, plants take over. Grass grows taller than your house. Forests become so thick you can't walk through them. Your backyard looks like a jungle. You might think, hey, more plants means more food, right? Wrong. Here's the problem. Animals and plants work together like teammates. Animals eat plants to keep them under control. But they also help plants stay healthy in important ways. Think about this. When animals eat fruits, they carry the seeds far away in their stomachs and drop them in new places. That's how forests spread naturally. Animal waste, yes, their poop, is like free fertilizer. It's full of nutrients that make soil rich and healthy. Without it, the soil becomes poor and weak. And here's something most people don't know. Dead animals decompose and feed the soil too. Worms, beetles, and bacteria break down dead bodies and turn them into nutrients. But all those creatures? They're animals too. They're gone. So yes, plants are growing everywhere, but they're growing in dying soil. They can't get the nutrients they need. Soon, even these wild plants start turning brown and dying. By the second month, society starts falling apart. The few foods left, like rice, wheat, and potatoes, are almost gone. A loaf of bread costs more than a month's rent. Most people can't afford any food at all. Stores close down because they have nothing to sell. Restaurants shut their doors. Food delivery apps go offline. People get desperate, really desperate. They fight over scraps of food. Neighbors who were once friends now see each other as threats. Crime explodes. People break into houses looking for food. They rob stores. They steal from each other. Police try to keep order, but they're hungry too. They have families to feed. Many of them abandon their jobs to search for food. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Malnutrition makes people sick. Children and elderly people are dying first because their bodies are weaker. Governments declare emergencies. They send the military to control the chaos. But here's the thing, soldiers are hungry too. How long can they work without food? The world is realizing a terrible truth. You can't grow food without healthy soil, pollinators, and a balanced ecosystem. And you can't fix that overnight. The entire food chain is broken beyond repair. Month 3 is when things get truly horrifying. This is hard to talk about, but it's important you understand. With absolutely no food anywhere, people face impossible choices. Choices no human should ever have to make. Throughout history, whenever humans faced extreme starvation, terrible things happened. During famines in history, people did unspeakable things just to survive one more day. Families are torn apart. Parents make heartbreaking decisions about who gets the last bit of food. Communities that once helped each other now turn against each other. The strong prey on the weak. Laws don't matter anymore. Morality becomes a luxury people can't afford. I won't go into graphic details, but history books tell us what happens when civilization collapses from hunger. And it's happening again everywhere all at once. By now, maybe 30 to 40% of the world's population is gone. That's billions of people. The silence in cities is deafening. 6 months in, and the world is unrecognizable. Cities that once buzzed with millions of people are now ghost towns. Buildings stand empty. Cars sit abandoned on streets covered in weeds. Streetlights don't work anymore because there's no one to maintain the power grid. Maybe only 1 in 10 people are still alive. They're scattered, living like scavengers in the ruins of civilization. They search through abandoned homes and stores, hoping to find even a can of food that someone else missed. Clean water becomes the next crisis. Water treatment plants need people to run them. With so few left, systems break down. Rivers and lakes are polluted. People drink dirty water and get sick. Diseases spread fast. And here's another problem. Medicine stops advancing. Actually, it stops working altogether. Why? Because animals were essential to medical research. Before doctors give you a new medicine, they test it on animals first to make sure it's safe. No animals means no testing. No testing means no new medicines. Antibiotics start running out. A simple cut on your finger could get infected and kill you because there's no medicine to treat it. Appendicitis? Fatal. A broken bone? Could lead to deadly infections. Hospitals are abandoned. Doctors and nurses are dead or scattered. If you get sick now, you're on your own. 1 year later, the few survivors live like humans did thousands of years ago, hunting for wild plants, drinking from streams, living in small groups. But here's something most people never think about. Without animals, humanity never would have advanced in the first place. Let me blow your mind with some examples. The Wright brothers invented the airplane by studying how birds fly. They watched birds glide and turn and copied their wing shapes. No birds, no airplanes. And now, with no one left to fly or maintain them, planes rust away in airports. Scuba diving equipment? Invented by studying how fish breathe underwater and how whales dive deep. Velcro. Invented after a man noticed how burrs from plants stuck to his dog's fur. Medical techniques like heart surgery? Developed by studying animal hearts first. Sonar technology for submarines? Copied from how dolphins and bats use echolocation. High-speed trains in Japan? Designed by studying how kingfisher birds dive into water without making a splash. Throughout history, humans observed animals and learned from them. We built our entire modern world by working with nature, not against it. Now, that's all gone. The few survivors can't invent new technology because they're too busy trying to find food and water. Civilization has collapsed back to the Stone Age. Schools are empty. Universities are abandoned. All human knowledge, stored in books and computers, sits useless because no one has time to read or learn. Survival is the only thing that matters. But there's something even worse than the physical suffering. Something that breaks the human spirit in ways hunger cannot. You see, the pain of losing animals goes far deeper than empty stomachs or collapsing cities. It strikes at the very core of what makes us human. For millions of years, long before we built skyscrapers or invented smartphones, humans and animals lived side by side. We didn't just coexist. We became family. Think about it. Really think about it. Our ancestors painted animals on cave walls 40,000 years ago. Not because they had to, but because animals meant something to them. Those paintings show respect, admiration, and love. Early humans survived because of animals. Dogs were the first animals we befriended over 15,000 years ago. They helped us hunt for food. They warned us when danger was near. They kept us warm on cold nights. In return, we fed them and protected them. We became partners. Horses carried us across continents, helping us explore the world. Cats protected our grain stores from rats and mice, saving our food from being destroyed. Oxen and bulls helped us plow fields so we could grow crops. Sheep gave us wool to make clothes. But it wasn't just about survival. It was about connection. Ancient Egyptians worshipped cats as sacred animals. Native Americans called animals their spirit guides and brothers. Hindu culture considers cows holy and treats them with reverence. In every culture, in every corner of the world, animals have been woven into the fabric of human life. We didn't just use animals. We loved them. We told stories about them. We learned from them. They shaped who we became as a species. Now imagine all of that is gone. Forever. No more dogs greeting you at the door, tails wagging with pure joy just because you came home. That unconditional love that asks for nothing but your presence? Gone. No more cats purring softly on your lap, making you feel calm after a stressful day. Gone. No more birds singing outside your window in the morning, their songs waking you up gently. Gone. Studies show that petting a dog or cat lowers your blood pressure and reduces stress. Therapy dogs visit hospitals to comfort sick patients. Service dogs help blind people navigate the world and alert diabetics when their blood sugar drops. Emotional support animals help people with anxiety and depression feel less alone. All of that healing, all of that comfort, vanished. People who survived with their pets during disasters say the same thing. My dog gave me a reason to keep going. My cat reminded me I wasn't alone. Animals give us emotional strength when we need it most. Now imagine facing the end of the world without that comfort. No furry friend to hold. No loyal companion to face the darkness with. Just cold, terrifying silence. Think about the children. The ones born after animals disappeared. They grow up in a world without pets. They never know what it's like to teach a puppy its name or watch a kitten chase a ball of yarn. They never feel the soft fur of a rabbit or hear a hamster running on its wheel at night. These kids have no idea what they're missing. And somehow that makes it even sadder. No child asks their parent, "Can we get a dog?" Because they don't know what a dog is. They see pictures in old books, drawings of elephants, dolphins, butterflies, but they look like myths, like dragons or unicorns, imaginary creatures from a world that no longer exists. Imagine a child asking, "What's that?" while pointing at a photo of a golden retriever. And the parent has to explain, "That's a dog. They used to be real. They were our best friends." How do you explain the joy of playing fetch? The comfort of a dog resting its head on your knee when you're sad? The silly way puppies trip over their own paws? You can describe it, but words can never capture the feeling. Zoos are abandoned, with empty cages covered in rust and vines. Aquariums are dark, their massive tanks filled with nothing but murky water. Places that once sparked wonder and curiosity in children now stand as monuments to loss. Kids grow up never experiencing that magic moment when they visit a zoo for the first time and see a real live giraffe, impossibly tall, or watch penguins waddle and dive. That sense of awe, that wonder that makes childhood special, it's gone. Our entire culture is built around animals, and when they vanish, our stories die too. No more cartoons with Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny making kids laugh. No more Lion King teaching children about courage and responsibility. No more Finding Nemo showing the power of a parent's love. No more Kung Fu Panda inspiring people to believe in themselves. These weren't just entertainment. They taught us lessons. They made us feel emotions. They connected generations, grandparents, parents, and children all sharing the same stories. Classic books like Charlotte's Web, Where the Wild Things Are, The Jungle Book, Winnie the Pooh, they become relics. Parents try to read them to their children, but the kids don't understand. What's a spider? What's a bear? What's a tiger? Every page requires an explanation, and the magic is lost. Fables and fairy tales, the tortoise and the hare, the boy who cried wolf, the three little pigs, no longer make sense. These stories taught us about patience, honesty, and hard work through animal characters. How do you teach those lessons now? Music changes too. No more songs about bluebirds singing or eagles soaring. Musicians can't write about nightingales or mockingbirds because no one knows what those are. The poetry of nature that inspired countless songs throughout history? Silenced forever. Even our language breaks down. We used to say, busy as a bee, strong as an ox, free as a bird, sly like a fox. These phrases helped us communicate feelings and ideas. Now they're meaningless words that require history lessons to understand. Artists throughout history looked to animals for inspiration. Leonardo da Vinci studied bird wings to understand flight and drew countless animal sketches. Van Gogh painted crows flying over wheat fields. Picasso's dove became a symbol of peace worldwide. Japanese artists created beautiful prints of koi fish and cranes. African artists carved magnificent elephants and lions. Indigenous artists from every continent depicted the animals that shared their lands. Why? Because animals represent things we feel but struggle to express. Eagles represent freedom. Doves represent peace. Lions represent courage. Butterflies represent transformation and hope. Without animals, artists lose their most powerful symbols. How do you represent freedom when there are no birds to show flight? How do you show transformation without a caterpillar becoming a butterfly? Art becomes cold, empty, lifeless. Painters stare at blank canvases, trying to create beauty in a world where natural beauty no longer exists. Sculptors try to carve meaning from stone, but their work feels hollow. Photography dies as an art form. Nature photographers once captured breathtaking images of wildlife. A hummingbird frozen in flight, a polar bear on melting ice, a pod of whales breaching the ocean surface. These images didn't just show animals. They told stories about life, survival, and the fragility of our planet. Now, there's nothing left to photograph but ruins and emptiness. Here's something most people don't think about. Animals give humans hope. When scientists discover a new species in the rainforest, it reminds us how much we still don't know. It fills us with curiosity and excitement. When conservationists save an endangered species from extinction, it proves that our efforts matter, that we can make a difference. When someone rescues an abused dog and watches it learn to trust again, it shows us that healing is possible, that love can overcome trauma. Animals teach us that life is resilient, that nature finds a way, that even in darkness there's beauty worth protecting. Take all of that away and what's left? Survivors of the animal extinction don't just lose food or companionship. They lose purpose. What are they working toward? What's the point of rebuilding society when the world is broken beyond repair? Environmental scientists who spent their lives studying and protecting wildlife feel their life's work was meaningless. Veterinarians who healed sick animals have no reason to practice their skills. Zookeepers who dedicated decades to caring for creatures they loved wake up with nothing to care for. Depression spreads like a plague. Why? Because humans need meaning. We need something to care about beyond ourselves. And for many people, animals provided that meaning. But perhaps the worst part is the silence. Our world used to be alive with sound. Birds chirping at dawn, crickets singing at night, frogs croaking near ponds, wolves howling in the distance, whales singing in the ocean depths, bees buzzing in gardens. These sounds were the soundtrack of life on Earth. They reminded us we weren't alone on this planet. Now, silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. Survivors say it's the silence that drives people mad. The absence of sound where sound should be. Walking through a forest and hearing only your own footsteps. Standing on a beach and hearing only waves. No seagulls crying, no crabs scuttling across sand. That silence is a constant reminder of what was lost. A wound that never heals. Some people try to fill the silence with recordings, old videos of birds singing or dolphins clicking. But it only makes the loss more painful, because you know it's not real. You know those sounds will never exist in the world again. So yes, losing animals means losing food and medicine and technology, but it also means losing part of our humanity. We lose the ability to feel wonder when we see something beautiful and wild. We lose the joy of caring for something outside ourselves. We lose the lessons that animals taught us about loyalty, courage, community, and survival. We lose the connection to nature that kept us grounded and reminded us we're part of something bigger. Without animals, humans don't just struggle to survive physically. We struggle to remember why survival even matters. Because life without nature isn't really life at all. It's just existing. Going through the motions in a world that's lost its color, its music, its magic, and its heart. And that emotional devastation, that loss of spirit and hope, that might be the one thing we can never recover from, even if somehow we manage to survive. So here's the truth. Without animals, humans don't survive. We're all connected. Every bee, every bird, every fish, they all matter. And here's what should scare you. This isn't just a what-if story. Right now, in real life, thousands of animal species are disappearing every year. We're slowly moving toward this nightmare scenario. So tell me in the comments, what shocked you most? The food crisis? The breakdown of society? Or the loss of hope? And here's a question. If you could save one type of animal to stop this disaster, which would you pick? Farm animals? Ocean life? Comment below. If you love these mind-blowing what-if scenarios, check out our videos and subscribe. Before you go, just remember, every animal matters. Every species counts, because without them, we're nothing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next timeline.